Good morning! Welcome back to It's a Seago Thing. Oh, the chicken's ready for Jimmy. Well, so I was not able to make a second video for last week. Sorry, my eyes kind of like blah. And I do apologize, but at least I kind of gave you guys a forewarning. We had a really great first day of class for Pride, P-R-I-D-E. If my instructors are watching, I should probably know the acronyms of that. Let me pull out my binder. So this is a class through Child Protective Services here in Texas, where they put you through technically 6 weeks of classes, but it's 5 classes, so 5 weeks, and then the 6th week is like additional training that's part of your license. So that's why I'd say it's 6 weeks of classes. But we were able to meet some really cool people. We didn't really get to know them very well the first day of class. I didn't have any expectation that that was going to happen because, you know, everybody's there to try to get settled in, try to figure out, you know, what is this all about and whatnot. But as the weeks go on, I'm pretty sure all of us are going to be exchanging phone numbers and getting to know each other. But I am very excited to show you guys an unboxing today, as you probably saw in the title. So let me go ahead, sorry, I have my hand there. Let me go ahead and show you all of our boxes. So we have quite a few. And inside of these boxes here, we have like multiple items, except for our 2 big items here. One I will show you, but there's like, I think 2 items in this one, and then 1 in that one right there. So, yeah. So I'm very excited about unboxing, and what I'm going to show you guys is these are items that we purchase pretty much every time we decide to relicense as foster parents. I will say this as a disclaimer. Disclaimer. This is not a Texas requirement. So if you are a prospective foster or a foster adoptive, I should say foster to adopt, or adoptive parent in Texas, this is not necessarily a requirement. These are what I would call kind of luxury items. I think the only thing that's necessary in this are some extra fitted sheets. So CPS does have a requirement to make sure that you have plenty of bedding, clean linens, etc. for the beds that you plan to have, you know, foster or pre-adopted children sleep in. So I think that's really the only required item on their list. Everything else that we got, and that I will be showing you, these are things that in the 4.5 years we've been doing this, we have discovered has really helped with the transition, and it has actually helped with any age. So our ages so far have been 0 newborn to 10 years old. We are going to be relicensing with CPS for ages 4 years old to 10 years old. But these items are perfectly fine for babies and very young toddlers. In fact, we've actually had a couple of them that have been a true saving grace. So let me go ahead and take them out of the Amazon box here, and I will be able to give you guys an unboxing and product review and kind of explain to you guys how this has helped, why we decided to go with this particular product, and what are some things that we've tried before that didn't really work for us. All right, here we go. Okay, so I actually got something new that I've never had before, but I kind of thought of this idea when with our last placement, because it was a little bit of an issue. It looks like I'm going to have to kind of wash some of this because I just got these. These are clothes dividers. And why is this important? Okay, first of all, I love being organized and I love organization, but I'm not like over the top. But because we have one room designated for our respite kiddo, and then we have one room designated for at least up to 2 children, that closet is going to be a combination for those 2 children in there. So we need to make sure we can divide their clothes, and when I'm putting clothes away and I'm trying to help them get dressed or ready for the day, I can look at the top here where I will write, and they actually give you, I think they give you a marker around here. Oh, here it is. Yeah. A little box here. They already give you a marker ready to go for these dividers. This is where I will say, okay, this is Sally's, you know, this is Sally, and I can just maybe divide her clothes over here, and then this is Susie over here, or, you know, Jane or whatnot. I can divide the clothes that way so I can see whose is whose, because that was kind of a conundrum I ran into in the last placement that we had. And so when I saw these on Amazon, which sometimes I like this about Amazon, sometimes I don't, because it gets a little weird. But I did appreciate Amazon suggesting this as an add-on item. So if you are curious, this comes in a huge pack. I mean, you can see this is like multiple of them. So you get quite a few. I will probably use this in our Respite Kiddos closet, just so when she starts keeping more clothes here, we can kind of have for the different seasons. And then we'll just kind of interchange those as she's growing and maturing and whatnot. And that may be something for you guys to consider. If you are a foster family or adoptive family, perhaps you would just like to respite, and you have the space in the room to give them their own space. That, you know, I mean, that really does make a huge difference. The only other item that I have that I don't think I need to take out is I got some really cute little fitted sheets. So they're twin, they're fitted. They are supposed to be, yeah, they're supposed to be the soft touch cotton. I think they also are hypoallergenic because a lot of our kids have just that kind of issue. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. This is so soft. Wow. Oh my gosh. This is my first time to try this brand. I was a little bit nervous because oftentimes when they say soft touch, I'm like, this is really nice. Ooh, I'm definitely gonna have to get some more of this. This is really, really soft. That's another thing that you guys will find out as foster and foster adoptive parents, is that a lot of your kids have sensory issues. So touch, taste, smell, lights for the side sounds for their ears. They're just very sensitive. And so if you can just provide them that little extra comfort, I'm telling you guys, it will make your life so much easier. I know it sounds like unnecessary cost up front. By no means is CPS asking us to go get soft touch sheets. These are just things that I've learned over time. These are things that I have been able to listen to other children in our home, do a lot of trial and error, and just kind of learn as we've gone to outside training from what our license provided, so which they also encourage you to do. So definitely, if you are looking for a soft touch sheet, Elegant Comfort on Amazon. Guys, this is really soft. Oh my gosh, this is really soft. I'm almost gonna I think I wanna take it, I'll get a king size for our bed upstairs. All right, well, let me finish the last couple of boxes and then we'll close out this video. Okay, so this item we got from Amazon, we're actually getting for another bedroom. We have one in the bedroom for our foster kids that we're hoping to have this year. But this is actually going to be going into our other bedroom for our respite kiddo who frequents our home several times throughout the year. And because the young girl is she's with us anywhere from several days to a little over a week, we just want to try to provide her some sense of comfort and belonging, and let her know that she always has a place of her own with her own things here, in case she wants to go shopping and get things and then just keep them here. So this will be for her bedroom, but the other bedroom has it, and I'll just kind of let y'all see the little mesh part here and the hooks there. And then of course this is the hook that goes on the door there. But you can tell that it's a pretty good size here. This is very sturdy. We've had this for several years. We actually have one over on this closet over here, but we have one in the upstairs bedroom for what we call our foster kids room, and it has been very helpful. So I hope you guys enjoy this, if y'all get this through Amazon. Okay, so These next few items I'm actually very excited about. There's one that we've never had before. Honestly though, I can't believe we've never done this. I don't know why. You know, it's like, this is part of being a foster parent. You learn all the time. It doesn't matter how many kids you come into your house. So I recently purchased this. This is brand new. And we've never done this before. I'm gonna try to take it out of its little bag here. But this is absolutely adorable. I'm really excited about this. So we decided to get a bathroom organizer, and it already comes, which I'll go ahead and wash, their own little cups, which I'll get some labels and put, you know, the child's name on it and whatnot. But I got this with 3 because we hope to have at least 2 foster children in our home, and then for our respite kiddo. So she has, again, she has that belonging, she has that acceptance into this home that she's always welcomed in. And of course, this is for this part up here. The big parts are for the toothpaste, toothbrushes, and whatnot. But I mean, they basically say this is very easy to clean, which I can tell. I can definitely see that, you know, this would be a very quick wash in the dishwasher if I needed to just kind of clean this and make sure that nothing grows on it or whatnot. But I'm very, very excited about this. I think this is absolutely adorable. I'm going to kind of hold the cups there. But basically, this right here, I love. This is going to help us keep very organized in the bathroom upstairs. And again, it's very colorful. So colors make a difference, guys. It really, really does. All right, so the next thing that I had to do, seeing as how we moved our respite kiddo in the far room, we have a room right by the stairs. And so those are going to be 2 beds in there. And we always put, I think my, there we go. We always put the waterproof top mattress protector on it. And I always make sure I get the hyperallergenic and make sure that it's also waterproof. This is huge, guys. I mean, they talk about how it protects against dust mites, fluids and liquids, bacteria, different bacterias and whatnot. This is a twin. It is washable. We have another one in our other bed. It has made a huge difference. We have had many children come into our home, not just babies and toddlers, but older school-age kids. And like I said, guys, nighttime is hard. Nighttime is hard, and sometimes accidents happen. Bathroom accidents happen. So it's just good to be cautious and prepared. We have sometimes had to offer more larger pull-ups. They're by the Good Nights. You'll see those in a variety of stores. We typically keep those in stock in our home, just in case, just in case. We certainly don't want to encourage regression, but sometimes that happens when they first come into your home. Sometimes you do have to go backwards and then slowly move your way forward. So to have this on your bed helps protect the mattress. That doesn't necessarily mean that this won't get wet. It will, especially if they really go. But there are different pads. Oh, there are different pads that you can get. We get the Goodnight pull-ups. We also get, I know our grocery store has it. It's like these thicker pads that you can align the bed, and it doesn't like align the whole bed. It's I mean, it's kind of a mini twin, basically, inside of a twin. But it just extra absorption, and you can put under there. And we keep that on stock. We only use it if we have suspicion that the child might have some bedwetting issues and whatnot. So that is definitely something to keep in mind. We had to get a couple of pillows because we're out of pillows. So we got the hyperallergenic regular pillows here, very comfortable and feels very good. Actually, I may try some myself. All right, and the last 2 items are going to be, you know, pretty self-explanatory, but I'll go ahead and pull those out. Okay, this is my absolute favorite item that we have. Not that I don't love our sound machine, but this has been probably the best thing we've ever done for ourselves. I really wish we knew about this years ago when we first started fostering. Oh my gosh, this would have made such a difference in our life. I'm not even going to pretend to try to say what the brand name is. Merari. So if I am saying it incorrectly, I deeply apologize. It comes with a couple of different faces. We have never, I don't know why, I've never been able to make the little green things work. It came with that on. I typically do the purple one because when I have to reset this, I don't know why. It just, that's how it worked. But when you pop open the back here, you have all of your really great little, let's see if I can, there we go. Have all of your great little adjustments there and whatnot. So you're probably wondering, what in the world is this? Okay. This is an okay to wake. Here it is. Okay to wake clock. Now, this does have a sound, but the biggest part about this is the whole ball here glows green. Green means you can come out of your room. Now, you're probably wondering, why would that be important? Are you locking these children in your room, or in their room, or no? No. Okay. So, as I said before when I was talking about the sound machine, a lot of these kids have a lot of sleep issues. Sleep is just like, sleep and the food issues are like, they tie. They tie as first place as like the hardest stuff you have to deal with as a foster parent. Okay, so we have a lot of kids that have sleep issues. We've had children, and I have heard from other foster parents that we have met through support groups and conferences and whatnot. A lot of their kids, when they wake up, even if you create the most wonderful, just perfect environment with the sound machine and the box fan and just the right temperature and the comforters and the stuffed animals, you could build them the greatest environment, but they're still going to wake up. They're going to get scared. They're going to have a problem. They may not understand that it's not okay to wake yet. They may just think, oh, well, I'm just going to wake up because, I'm awake now. And what this does is, this is more or less, we treat this as a sleep training tool. So we get it set up, we turn off the sound, we turn on the light, and we set it to a time that my husband or I will be downstairs and ready to receive them. But what this is to help them do is, if they were to wake up in the middle of the night and they see that it is not green, then they know, okay, I need to go back to sleep. I need to lay back in my bed. Now, what we do provide for them, and what we do have is, we have like baby monitors in rooms and whatnot to help us hear them, especially if they're very young. We've had video monitors for the very, very young ones. Obviously, if they're crying, if they're upset, if they come get us, we will address that issue. We're not going to ignore it. But, or if they're crying incessantly, as a child, and they're not really calming themselves back down, they're not really self-soothing, we will go in there and check on them and try to help calm them back into sleep. Because from a child that's 3 and up, you can actually help them explain this. In fact, the last 3-year-old that we had in our home, we kind of made it a song. We were like, okay, if the light turns green, we can go. And then, you can say, but if the light is not green, we stay. And that really helped her. She loved that song and that little jingle that we kind of created, because she knew, if the light's not green, we can't come out of our bed. We can draw. And so then we would offer them different things, like you can read in your bed, you can draw. We have like a little tray that we bought over at a Learning Lakeshore store, and they can draw with paper and crayons, no markers, no color pencils, just crayons. And this is at our own disclosure. We had to kind of spend time with the children to make sure that we could leave paper and crayons in the room. Obviously, we're not going to do that right off the bat. We're going to try to get to know them a little bit, make sure that they're not going to eat the crayons or something like that. Oh my gosh. But this has been a lifesaver for us. If you would, I mean, if you really think that this can help you guys, I will tell you firsthand it will. It will absolutely make a difference. So definitely consider this. This is worth it. This is on Amazon. Okay, our next item, you're probably going to wonder, why would we have this for older children and not babies and very young toddlers? Sound machine. So we actually have been through a couple. This is the one that I honestly love. I love, love, love this one. So I'm gonna let you kind of take a look at it here. This is through Amazon. And then I'm gonna take it out of the box so you guys can see a little bit better of it. I will say this, I absolutely love this one. We used this, we actually used a different sound machine for our 10-year-old that was in our home earlier last year. But honestly, and I'm glad that she liked that, but I really preferred this one better. Okay, so I'm gonna try to come up here so that you can see. I don't know if you're able to see if I can zoom a little bit. There you go. All right, so if you can kind of see some of the options here. What I really appreciate about this, and up here they do have the projection, so they actually will show you that here. They have different pictures right there. Let me see if I can, yeah, there you go. So of course it do that. Now we don't do the projection. We have often found that it's very distracting to the child. What we really try to do, because sleep is such a huge issue for all of our kids coming into foster care, and mainly because at nighttime is when a lot of the disruptions happen. There's people coming in and out of their homes that you'll find out and learn from the children. There's a lot of noise, there's a lot of distraction, and I just realized I'm out of focus. There we go. There's a lot that happens at nighttime. So their brains have not been trained to sleep and sleep well. And so because of that, it's like you have to provide them the most ideal environment that helps their brain like get that sense of comfort and just have that knowing that I can go to sleep. And I will tell you that if you are to just foster or foster to adopt and you are to receive an emergency placement, just anticipate the first month to month and a half of your sleep being completely disrupted. And that's for older kids too. That's not just babies and young toddlers. These children just don't have that stability and that security that they've been ingrained with from birth. So because of that, you have to go backwards and you have to really try to help train their brain and the rest of their body into what is considered healthy and typical for what they're supposed to be having. So that's why we have this sound machine. And I'm going to be showing you something else that we do in their bedroom that also provides a different type of blocking out of noises. So it's like a white noise, but it's a natural white noise. Now, what I appreciate about this, they have a timer. I don't do the timer, I do it all night long. And for the sounds, I always do the ocean. I have found that the rain sound stimulates them in the negative sense, and that doesn't really, help. Some children are different, but the kids that have come into our home, I have found that the rain sound just does not work. The cradle and twinkle sounds, and the heartbeat sounds, I've never really found to be very helpful. The heartbeat sound, though, would actually be really helpful if you guys do receive a newborn. From 0 to 1 years old, that heartbeat sound's actually going to help them. So that would be something to really consider if you guys are fostering to adopt or fostering and y'all receive a baby from the hospital. Now, just remember that what's very typical in Child Protective Services, CPS, is that with a baby comes oftentimes their siblings, and they're at different ages. So just kind of be prepared for that. I love MyBaby sound machine. This has been phenomenal. Basically I alter the sound and I kind of increase it just as I'm walking out of the room. But honestly, I mean, it has been a lifesaver. It also really, really helps when there is a thunderstorm outside. This is Texas. We get a lot of those. So, and they can be loud, thunderous, crashing. It's hard for these kids to oftentimes redirect, and it's really hard for them to try to figure out how to help themselves go back to sleep, and that may be really hard for you. It may also trigger memories in their mind. If you can block out as much of that sound as possible, I will tell you this, we had our last two youngest ones really had a hard time at nighttime, and so any sound would just wake them up and just kind of like, woo, get them going. And when we started doing this with the fan, the box fan that we have, and of course you have to go through the rules and whatnot about what to do, you know, you have to kind of do all of that, but it actually blocked out really intense thunderstorms that we ended up having during the time that we had them, and they didn't wake up at all. They slept through the whole night, got a full night's sleep, which was really, really good. Because remember, that sleep is really important for their brain development and for their emotional stability. And also for your sanity. All right, let's take a look at something else that I really, really love. Okay, our next item. It's a little hard for you to actually see, and I really want you guys to get the full scale of it. This also went home with our last placement. Okay, got the hooks here. They absolutely love this. And it really helped us a lot too. Now, since we know we are going to be, I can't see, this is what happens when you have a cold. Because we know we're going to be fostering to adopt girls in our home, it's easy for us to know what to kind of pick out as far as decorations, colors. If you are open to boys and girls, I would definitely stick with a lot of neutral colors. There are a lot of great greens and grays. There are some different types of purples and oranges that are really kind of good neutral colors. And that can kind of help bring comfort to them, as when you fill your home with colors, it really just kind of like calms their mind, because it automatically looks very child friendly to their eyes, and you have to think about it from that point of view. Okay, so without further ado, you're probably wondering, what the heck is this? This is a shoe organizer. I know, you're probably wondering, like, why would this even, this is, trust me, a thing. So think about where these kids are coming from. They're coming from a hard place. They're coming from a place that has little to no structure at all, little to no stability. Obviously, and forgive my hair, obviously routines is not really part of the equation here. And with that, they don't really have the whole awareness of chores, organization, keeping a room or your own space tidy and neat. They don't really have that kind of concept in their mind. And so that's very important, because when you want to integrate a chore or cleanup time or tidiness, you want to try to have something, a place for everything. Okay, so basically we found that this really helps with a lot of our kids that come in. You can get this in different colors on Amazon. Again, we chose pink because it was one of the colors that just kind of represented the gender that we're trying to foster to adopt. This really just helps them see their shoes, and as they become more comfortable in the routine and structure that you're implementing into your home, they'll actually appreciate having a place for their things. So this is a surefire win, and I hope you guys actually get it. Okay, so last but certainly not least, we had to get an update on our hampers. So these are the pop-up hampers, which are really great. It's currently actually in the pack, which you can see. We got two purple ones because we need one for our foster kiddos room and one for our respite kiddos room. I'm sorry, guys. I do not do well when I have a cold. I sound terrible. We love these because they're very easy. They're fun. There's just not really any way to, I I don't know, it's easy for me to pick up and to use. Some of the other hampers I found, I just didn't really like them, and I didn't like how they felt, because kids can be kind of clumsy and things can just happen. And if this falls down, you're not gonna like pinch or hurt yourself. So we love these, so if you wanna check these out on Amazon, they are definitely worth it. You can also use these. We actually have a green one downstairs for our blankets that we keep just in the living room. So when we're all snuggling and we're watching movies or whatnot, that is actually a really fun little, you know, accent, colored accent for our living room. So, all right, here is the extra box fan that we got. It is a very simple box fan. It really is. Now, I know that sometimes people have concerns because children put their little fingers in them and whatnot. I don't know, we've been very fortunate. We've never had that issue, but I've also, depending on the age of the child, I'll either keep it up on high, where their dresser is that we have in their room, or if it's able to stay on the floor, I'll be able to do that. We've been able to explain, the last placement we had, we were able to explain to the younger children why we can't put our fingers inside and how they can hurt and how that can really, you know, create an ouch, which they seem to get. Sometimes you have to kind of do that talk routinely, on a repetition. Why do we like this? So there's a lot of white noise machines that my husband and I are not too fond of because it has been shown in certain medical reports to cause a disruption in your sleep. So because the box fan actually has an, sorry, phone. Because the box fan has a natural sound to it, because these are things that you would hear, like if you were, I mean, gosh, like when you're driving a car or even for babies, you know, when they're in the hospital and there's all these different sounds and whatnot, the box fan has been shown to have a more natural calming sound for the brain. And it also just kind of helps block out that extra noise. Plus, one of our rooms in the summertime is not as well cooled off as I would personally like. It's probably fine, like according to CPS and whatnot, but sometimes I feel like it's a little bit warm. So I also like having that box fan in there to help kind of circulate, because the fan in that room, I don't know, we need to do something with it, but sometimes the fan, you know, doesn't really provide the same type of air circulation as I would like, because you can't have it on too high, because then it like makes that noise where the little cords that hang down kind of, you know, clink and clank and whatnot. So that kind of defeats the purpose of a calm, quiet environment. But again, this is on Amazon. It was, I mean, super, super cheap. Okay, there we go, Lasko. So really a lot of this we did get up front. We had some money that we were putting off to the side for this, and so, you know, that's what we used. By no means is this a requirement for any of you who are licensing. You know, these are just things we have learned over time. We have been able to figure out how to just find that sweet spot, to provide that environment for the children that really helps us through the transition. You know, for you guys that are just starting out as foster parents, this is a brand new adventure for you. This is for you, or if you are not a single foster parent and if you're married, this is for you and your spouse to really kind of figure out together. You know, your child may not like these items, and that's okay. The best part about Amazon, if you do decide to get some of these things, is that you can return them. But the thing is, it's always good to try things out to see what fits and what works. So I hope this was helpful for you guys today. I will provide the links down below for you guys to check out. So look in the description box. That's where it'll be. I will not include all of the rest of my typical links that I like to provide there for you guys in case y'all just like some of the stuff that I do, because it's just going to be too much, in my opinion. But I hope this was helpful. If you are a foster or adoptive parent, if you are someone who is in the process of licensing, please comment down below. What have your kids responded well to? What have they not responded well to? As there are people tuning into my channel and learning about this process, I really want to try to provide that sense of community because we're all here to learn, and our goal is really to make sure that we can help these kids while they're in our home for the time that they're in our home. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. It was such a pleasure to see y'all. I will do everything I can to have a video up for Thursday. I think Thursday I'm gonna have to just kind of take you guys with me as I start to update the house, because we have to start getting back into licensing mode. We've definitely lagged since our last foster placement, and that happens. For any of you experienced foster parents, you guys can definitely relate to that. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for coming along for the journey. I will see you guys hopefully on Thursday.